Tonight, WLWT investigates. They are sold at gas stations and stores all across Ohio, and despite an over 21 label, teenagers are getting their hands on them. Ohio's governor is calling an ingredient in these products an imminent public health risk. Now, that ingredient is called kratom.
And doctors at Cincinnati Children's Hospital are also raising red flags, warning about the potential dangers, especially in babies and teenagers. WLWT News 5 anchor Megan Mitchell here now with more on the debate surrounding kratom. And Megan, obviously this is something you saw and you've been looking into it for a while.
Right. So only here on WLWT, doctors at Children's Hospital are revealing to us what they have seen. Kratom acts as a stimulant. It's not approved by the FDA. It is sold in products like this called Feel Free at gas stations and stores all across our area. The governor is now calling on the Ohio Board of Pharmacy to label kratom as a Schedule I drug like heroin. That move would make Ohio the first state to take such a strong stance in the country. It's a drink marketed by its maker as a mood lift and feel-good wellness tonic.
I was drinking upwards to 9, 10, 11, 12 bottles a day at the height of my addiction.
Completely derailed my life, destroyed my health, and upended my career as a wellness entrepreneur. Ultimately led me to rehab.
But two doctors at Cincinnati Children's Hospital are now sounding the alarm about potential risks of some products like Feel Free.
Some of the moms who have taken this and not taken anything else, they have actually needed to go on buprenorphine or methadone to get off of this. It's that potent.
Feel Free is sold at gas stations and shops around Greater Cincinnati. Dr. Stephanie Merher says she's treated babies exposed in utero with symptoms she describes as similar to opioid withdrawal.
They'll be very fussy, they'll have a hard time eating, they'll have tremors, sometimes they'll have fevers, they'll sweat, they'll have diarrhea.
Doctors say the two main ingredients, kratom and kava, are plants from Asia that are banned in some other countries. Dr. Shan Yin is the medical director of the Drug and Poison Center at Children's and says these ingredients create a speedball-like effect.
It's also, at this point, unregulated, so you never know quite what's in it.
Feel Free is sold as an herbal product, not a controlled substance. It does have a 21 plus only warning on the label, which the company does tell me it put there voluntarily. But because this is not restricted by age, federally or in the state, that means legally anyone can purchase this. Kentucky lawmakers enacted a 21 plus age limit on kratom last year. Indiana banned kratom completely in 2014. In Ohio, it's not restricted at all.
I don't always agree with the governor, but I do on this one. With kratom, with some of the Delta 8 products, we deserve to know what's in them. Kids deserve to be safe, and we have to do more to regulate these products.
The maker, Botanic Tonics, disputes safety concerns and says Feel Free contains only natural whole leaf kratom, not the concentrated synthetic form known as 7-OH that the FDA has moved to regulate or restrict. They say every batch is tested internally and by a third party, that their ingredient levels remain well below those associated with significant risk, and that their product is safe for healthy adults when used as directed. The company also points to an FDA-conducted clinical trial on leaf kratom, which it says found no significant safety concerns at the highest tested doses. Dr. Yin recommends against any product that mixes a sedative and a stimulant.
At this point, I would say that I would recommend that they avoid it, especially for teens and children.
Well, we have posted the company's full statement, links to those cited studies on our website so that you can read them in full. The Ohio Board of Pharmacy was supposed to meet today to discuss that governor's call, Ohio Governor Mike DeWine, to ban kratom in the state of Ohio. That meeting was canceled. We will keep you posted on what comes next. If approved, though, stores in Ohio would be forced to stop selling products like these. Back to you guys.
All right, Megan Mitchell, thank you so much. I wish it was harder to get it out on the market than it is to get it off the market.
All I'm thinking is, we go through this lengthy process with certain drugs that have proven to work for, people with certain diseases, and it takes years and years. And then you see products like this and hear about babies and, people needing to be going through rehab to get off of it. All right,